Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! I have always loved being a part of Freya Skye's story and having the chance to tell it. I always wanted my own story to be heard. I always wanted to have this chance of going down in history for being the greatest of all time. And while I may be a long way away from that ever happening, the one thing that I'm here to ensure is that the legacies of your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars go down in history for being some of the greatest of all time, and that they are never forgotten. If it's the last thing I do for each and every single one of you who have forever supported me, been behind me in every video I've ever created about Clarke and Freya, Skye, and so on, the list goes on, the one thing I've always wanted to do is give you the best videos, because if I couldn't give you the best videos, then I never wanted to be a part of these conversations at all, because I always believed that you guys deserve the best videos. Because somewhere out there in this really big universe, there's always that one girl who loves Freya Skye with all of their heart. So because she loves Freya Skye with all of their heart, no matter how many videos you upload, she's going to watch every single one of them. And she will forever hit your subscribe button out of love and support because she sees the good in the videos that you post. She sees the potential and your desire to be a part of something special. And she's going to ensure that your legacy lives on eternally for having been remembered as one of the greatest of all time. I think that would be so cool. You know, Mattel just recently signed a new toy deal for Descendants and Zombies merchandise, and I think that's amazing because we're going to see new Descendants and Zombies dolls, new Descendants and Zombies merch, and that's really going to put Descendants and Zombies over the top in a place it's always and forever deserved to be, because it got me to thinking about years ago when I was involved with the pro wrestling industry and I would see many of my friends have the chance to get their own action figure. And for many of you who don't know, when you finally land a deal to have your own action figure and all the facial scans get put into place and everything gets put into motion, you finally realize that you reached a point in your career where you'll forever and always be remembered eternally for having been a legend, an iconic name in an industry that you never thought you'd have a chance of ever making a name for yourself within. And that's what these Descendants and Zombie stars are very quickly finding out, that they only have a limited number of chances to go down in history for having been some of the greatest of all time. And I really do believe that they have a chance more than anybody else ever has of going down in history and being remembered as some of the greatest of all time. I've had the time of my life sitting in this chair every night in front of this camera and sharing with you my story about how I became a fan of Descendants and Zombies. Girls would show up at my door every year on Halloween trying to get me to guess who their favorite characters were and who they were dressed up as. And when I finally got it and I figured out this girl was Mal and this girl was Red and this girl was Bridget and this girl was Chloe, they would come back every year trying to convince me to create hundreds of videos about Descendants and Zombies so they could go home and watch them. And that's exactly what happened. After you guys convinced me and persuaded me and said, hey, Jonathan Clarke, stop being a loser and create Descendants and Zombies videos for us so we can go home, watch your channel, and forever subscribe to you. And that's exactly what happened. And I have each and every one of you to thank, because I would not be in this position tonight having become everybody's favorite content creator if not for you guys, because you guys offered me so much inspiration. You made me a stronger person, and I am stronger today because of each and every one of you. We really are stronger together because we feel really passionate about Descendants and Zombies. It's what's brought us that much closer together. It's what's made us the best of friends, and we're becoming friends with more people all the time because that same passion is found within their hearts, many of whom are going back and trying to reintroduce themselves to the original trilogy to become familiarized with characters of the past, and these new characters are part of this new franchise, which is so cool because these characters, Red and Chloe, are some of the strongest that I've ever laid eyes on and had the honor to profile, and I would love to continue to profile them for many years to come. I hope we're having these conversations about them 20 years from now, 25 years from now, even 30 years from now, because they have something special to offer, and we all, no matter who we were, took something special away from the conversations we've had, either with our friends, either with people who review Descendants and Zombies all the time. But the more I think about it, there really aren't that many great reviewers on YouTube who review Descendants and Zombies all the time, quite like yours truly, Jonathan Clarke. And I have felt more than honored to have become everybody's favorite hero, the voice of the soundtrack of Descendants and Zombies. Because this is really what this is. An opportunity for you to share your story with the world. You may never know if your story is going to be heard, but I've had the time of my life being a part of that, and to be considered a part of something so special and so honored to be here. I am so honored to be here every night because honestly, guys, there is no place in the world I would rather be than sitting right behind this chair and sharing with you my story about how I became a fan of Descendants and Zombies. I've been a full-time content creator on YouTube for pretty much all of my life. I've been a content creator for over 25 years. But I've never had the honor to create videos that's inspired thousands, if never millions of people, quite like this. And it's an opportunity that I wish I could have again and again and again and experience all over. If I could go back in time and I were in possession of a pocket watch, I would take that opportunity to really freeze this moment in time, to have the chance to go back in time and re-experience and relive Descendants of Zombies. Descendants of Zombies has forever and always held a very special place in our heart because no matter who we were, no matter what our age or where we came from, the thing is we've all had a story about Descendants of Zombies, about a favorite character that we loved because of their fashion sense, how strong they were, and how much stronger they are in this new generation, because there's a lot of discipline that comes with being your favorite Descendants of Zombies character. I mean, you think about Ruby Rose Turner and how strong she became. Ruby Rose Turner went under an incredible fitness regime and an incredible transformation to land the role as Bridget in Descendants of Rise of Red. She eventually became the character, but she had to undergo boot camp training. She had to undergo an incredible fitness regime, which I had a lot of respect for her for having done. And I still believe that she's so genuinely kind. And she showed that kindness to everybody she ever had the chance to work with on the set of Descendants of Zombies and ever before that. She was just a genuinely sweet person. And if there's one thing that she ever offered me or encouraged me to become, was a better person. And I stand to the idea that to this day I am a better person because of what Ruby Rose Turner offered me. She showed me just how much further kindness can really take a person in this lifetime, and that's to be honored. That's to be credited. And I wish more content creators on YouTube felt the same way. Content creators that have probably been around longer than what I've ever been, but the more that I think about it, again, there is nobody on YouTube that's been on YouTube as a content creator for as long as what Jonathan Clarke has. 25 years is a long time to do something that you love. And I've had the time of my life relating to more people than perhaps ever before. I think that there are a lot of people who really take for granted just how special Descendants of Zombies is, because the thing that you've got to really appreciate is your audience. And you really got to understand how your audience feels. That's the secret behind creating a successful YouTube video. And a successful YouTube channel is really understanding your audience and really understanding just how special each and every single one of them are. It is so fun for me to have the chance to create all these relatable videos about Freya, about Ruby, about Kylie, because I really do think there is something special yet to be witnessed from them, because this is really just the beginning for them. This is really just a cauldron of just so many magical opportunities that we're constantly stirring around, waiting for it to explode. And once that cauldron finally reaches its maximum boiling point, it's just going to explode with so many incredible opportunities. We've already seen Kylie Control included as part of Season 14 of The Masked Singer. We've seen Meg Donnelly as the Coral on, I believe, Season 6 or 7 of The Masked Singer. So that was really cool and really fun for having the chance for us to have experienced this. And I just recently read an article where Meg Donnelly actually picked up weight training to try to stay in shape for some of her more demanding roles in Hollywood. So she's taking it one step further. The girl is deadlifting at 25 years old, which is something that I have a lot of respect for her for having done, because there was a point in time in her life where she didn't even want to work out, and there she is. So that's really cool that she's pushing herself one step further to achieving her dreams, like we all can do. Because we saw Addison be the successful cheerleading cheer squad captain, and I think there are a lot of people out there that kind of think of themselves in the same limelight. You know, I have a chance of being a cheerleading cheer squad captain, so I'm going to really run for it, or a member of the football team. Point being, whatever your dream is, you should pursue those dreams, because you only ever have so many limited opportunities to really make your dream count. So because you only ever have so many limited opportunities, you should really make the most of every opportunity you have and really seize them. And I think more than enough people should be credited for the success they've seen, because they've drawn so much inspiration from Descendants of Zombies. For sure, we've drawn so much inspiration from Freya Skye. And this is really just the beginning. If it's the beginning for anybody, it's really the beginning for Freya Skye. And I've felt more than honored to have been a part of this conversation with Freya Skye multiple times over the years with so many wonderful fans. It's been about a year since the premiere of Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires, and we are already just as excited as we were over a year ago to see how much further Freya Skye is going to take this, because Freya Skye still has so many incredible opportunities yet to be seized and really to make the most of. And I'm just so excited to be a part of this with each and every one of you, because the one thing that you have to do forever and always is you have to achieve acceptance by the fans of Descendants of Zombies, and that sometimes can be very difficult to achieve. But once you win the hearts of every fan of Descendants of Zombies, You've truly had something special to be grateful for. The one thing that I can never seem to get enough of is this beautiful friendship between Kylie, Freya, and Malia, because they're always together. And I think that because they're always together and they're always showing it and never afraid to let the world know how they truly feel about each other, that's to be credited. Because I remember years ago being a fan of shows like Hannah Montana and Wizards of Waverly Place and never really seeing that same mutual feeling between, say, Miley Cyrus and Selena Gomez. There was always some personal animosity. And sometimes everybody's emotion on the set of, say, Hannah Montana would get the better of them. I mean, Miley Cyrus and Emily Osment never did really see eye to eye. That was documented so many times. And it wasn't until I read Miley Cyrus's book, Miles to Go, which was a very successful read, by the way. It sold millions of copies worldwide. It was co-written by Hilary Lofton. And when I read Miley Cyrus's book, Miles to Go, the one thing that was highlighted by page 225 in that book was how Miley Cyrus and Emily Osment never really did see eye to eye. It was years later, by 2009, before they really hit it off as friends. And even then, they were never the best of friends. I don't know if it had something to do with Miley Cyrus's profound success and how the show highlighted Miley's success and really took away from the other stars, but that goes without saying. I thought Emily Osment was incredibly talented. I really felt for her, and I remember always feeling for her because of the pressure she was under having to attend public school. I mean, just think about it. You're attending public school and you have to film Hannah Montana, one of the biggest TV shows of 2006. From 2006 to 2011, that show held a very special place in our hearts. And now 20 years later, we're saying the same thing about your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars, perhaps more than ever before being said about your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars, who are some of the strongest people ever. They really inspired me to be a better, stronger person and a better person to everybody I surround myself with, because I've often said that I never see enough kind people in this world. But the one thing that remains forever evident is that there are more kind people found within the niche of Descendants of Zombies who will forever support you, who will forever be by your side. And I can never seem to say thank you enough to every fan of Descendants of Zombies for allowing me the opportunity to have been a part of and to really experience this firsthand. I've had the chance to experience so many unforgettable moments firsthand because of Descendants of Zombies fans who have never quit on me and been with me from the very first video that was ever uploaded here. Again today, one of my latest Freya Skye videos saw over 100 views in less than a half an hour. In less than 30 minutes, one of my latest Freya Skye videos blew up. And I'm hoping tonight this latest Freya Skye video will blow up just as much, because we're still talking about her Stars Align World Tour. We're still in the midst of all the profound success it saw, and I think it's really exceeded the expectations of every critic she may have ever had, because as has been said many times over the years, everybody is a critic, but it doesn't take away from how strong and how fearless the girl is. And I think we can offer more incentive and more creative energy towards how we feel about Freya in every video that we ever create. And I got to put it out there to a lot of fans who create these shorts about Freya Skye, who always have these dedicated YouTube channels and these dedicated fan sites for Freya. You guys do a fabulous job, an extraordinary job, really putting it out there for every fan of Freya Skye to let them know how you truly feel about it, because you never should be afraid to let the world know how you truly feel about a girl like Freya, who still has come a long way, but still has such a long way to go. And I just feel so honored to be a part of that. And I'm always trying my best to bring this channel to life. I'm always trying to really put my heart into every video I ever create. I'm always buying stuffies. I'm always trying to update the backdrop of this YouTube channel. You guys see the brand new Mario stuffy there in the backdrop, $100 later. I basically made my way to GameStop, saw Mario looking at me, and I bought him $100 later. I almost cried because of the price of them, because these stuffies are really expensive, but I do love bringing this channel to life. Because if you can't bring your channel to life, then whatever is the point? Your purpose really has never been fulfilled if you can't bring your YouTube channel to life. Point being, you should never be afraid to let the world know how you truly feel. And these stars are stars that we've all taken something special away from, no matter who we were. We all had the chance to be a part of something special because of the music, because of the story, because of the characters that represented those stories, because those characters all had individual stories and something special to offer. We've all taken something special away from Descendants of Zombies, and I felt more than honored to have been a part of this experience with each and every one of you. An experience that I would relive without ever thinking about it. I would think about it hands down just as fast as you could snap your fingers, because if there ever was a chance or a point in time in your life to believe in magic, that time has never been more apparent than it is now. I wouldn't be here tonight if not for each and every one of you. I know that for a fact. You guys have really allowed me the chance to be a part of something special and to really come into your life as part of the soundtrack of Descendants of Zombies. And I am forever grateful, eternally grateful of each and every one of you for what you've done for me and this YouTube channel. You guys have taken this YouTube channel and you've turned it into something special because you saw the passion in every video that I ever created. And you knew just how strong that I felt about Freya Skye, and I was never afraid to let anybody know how I truly felt about her. Because it's either go big or go home. I mean, performing in these small-scale theaters that Freya Skye has been doing part of the Stars Align World Tour is just one way of looking at it. I mean, she should be performing on the stage at Madison Square Garden. It's always been a dream of the girl, so let her have the chance to perform on the stage at Madison Square Garden and see how she really brings it home. I think she's really going to offer something special, the opportunities that she will be presented in the future, because this is really just the beginning. Give us time as fans of Freya Skye, and we will have more of a chance than ever before to be a part of something special and to feel as if we were a part of something special. You know, every single night I look at the constellations through my window, and the thing that I take time to appreciate is that somewhere out there in every constellation there are stars that represent people like Clarke and Freya Skye. And even with how brightly their stars have already shined, their stars still have so much time to shine even brighter. And I think that 20 years from now we can still be having these conversations about them just as we've had about Taylor Swift. The thing about Taylor Swift is so revered, currently standing at $1.5 billion. But who's to say that's not going to be Freya Skye 10 years from now? All we have to do is present her with an opportunity to really showcase her fullest potential and really showcase her story. Because I would love to see memoirs or a book written by Freya Skye to really showcase her story and to have her story be told in a way it's never been told or heard before. I've always wanted the chance to write my own book and to be a part of something special, to give me a chance of telling my story in a way it's never been told or heard before. And YouTube, ever since 2009, gave me the opportunity to be a part of something so special because it gave me the chance to meet more people than ever before. And I've had a chance to consider myself to be a part of something so phenomenal and so special for everybody. That's what makes this YouTube channel so cool. How you can, tell a story in a video and how you can bring that video to life. Because that's really the only hope that I've ever had, is that somebody out there is going to hit my subscribe button. Somebody's going to love my video enough that they will forever and always remain subscribed here and come back and watch the next video and the video after that. Because I never know what I'm about to say every time I push record, but that's what makes these videos so special and forever unpredictable. These videos are special because you guys have saw something special in every video that I've ever had the honor of creating, and I've had the time of my life. Not only just to sit here every night and talk about Descendants of Zombies, but to have the chance to relate to more people than perhaps ever before. Because creating content is just one way of looking at it, but when you can create relatable content that will go on and touch the hearts of thousands of people, that's what makes every video you create forever special. I've loved being here. I've loved representing Descendants of Zombies in my own emphatic way, in my own passion, showcasing it for the world. And you guys have done the exact same thing. Forever feeling passionate about collecting Descendants of Zombies merch that comes with being a fan of Descendants of Zombies. Forever feeling strongly about these characters and never ever quitting on them. Because you guys have obviously saw something special in Clarke, you've obviously saw something special in Freya Skye, and you should never be afraid to let the world know how you truly feel about them. Freya Skye has sold out every tour date for the Stars Align World Tour, and that goes without saying. It is truly an honor for me to be here and to have experienced this with each and every one of you. And I can only speak for other YouTube content creators by saying I wish that other content creators felt the same way. I have loved having the chance to bring these videos to life, to tell my story to you, and to have the chance to hear your story from your perspective, because no matter who we were, we all took something special away from Descendants of Zombies. We all had this desire to want to be a part of something special, and we have the chance to be a part of something special. And I've loved having the opportunity to share my story with you, a story that I could only hope at one point or another will be heard and seen by more people than ever before. Because once you put your work out there, it no longer becomes your work or your art. You simply just distribute your art in an art gallery for everybody to walk through. And that's what's made these videos so fun. Never knowing what you're about to say each time you push record, and sharing your story from your perspective and telling it like it is. Because when you tell it like it is, you get more respect from fans of, say, Descendants of Zombies, or fans of Batman, or fans of Super Mario, because there are more fans of every niche out there that watch this channel every night because they want to know what Jonathan Clarke is saying now. They want to know how Jonathan Clarke feels about something. And having the honor of becoming your favorite content creator has been so huge for me, and an honor that I will never, ever forget. So with that having been said, we will pick up this conversation from where we left it off bright and early tomorrow morning between 8:35 and 9:05 a.m. And I love this so much. Thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to have been here with you and to have shared my story with you. Thank you so much for having chosen this YouTube channel as your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time. And thank you so much for having watched this video. Forever and always, it's been my honor to be a part of something special, to have become your voice of Descendants of Zombies, and to have been a part of the Descendants of Zombies soundtrack for what must feel like forever for a lot of people who have followed my channel from the very first video that was ever uploaded here, when I promised you I was going to upload one video about Descendants of Zombies every day for the rest of my life. Having said that, thank you guys so much for believing in Descendants of Zombies with all of your heart, and thank you so much for having watched this video. It's been my honor, forever and always.